Hi, Noah.
Keep talking, April, because I want to make
Oh,
sure my
hello.
phones are
Oh,
attached.
good
And
morning.
then,
Well,
good
I can
morning.
always keep talking.
Why do you think I picked you?
Right.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try this again. Maybe this will help. Hi, it's good to see everyone. Let
I
everybody get.
loved
Hello.
I loved your introduction with your little summary of your life. It was really good.
Hey, it never gets easy talking about yourself. And so I'd written a bunch of things just because I thought a lot of you have had the chance to obviously spend time with me and get to know me through here, but a lot of new people weren't around. And I thought, well, maybe people that have known me don't know. You know what I mean? It's just nice to like give some shape. And as I started writing the article, which I think it's important to point out, I am the least talented writer of the group. So, oh, did I go in my ear? Say something else, April.
Something else.
Yes, thanks. Thank you guys. Sorry, text stress. I'm the least gifted writer in the group, although Nick would argue that we're in a tie for first. And so I was kind of writing and writing and writing, and I thought, so I deleted a lot because I was like, I don't think they need to know all this. But it was good to just let you guys know. I think sometimes to know that someone has a shared experience or has an understanding around weight gain, weight loss, a family that wasn't supportive of it. Like my whole family still struggles with weight. And so you end up being kind of the outsider. And whether that's your family circle, your friend circle, your work circle, whatever it is, like human beings are programmed to want to belong. We want to
Yeah.
fit in. We want to do what everyone else is doing. And so you end up feeling like a loner in a group that you want to really feel like fun with. And to be honest, it's great because like for there are times that was hard for me. And then like my mom now goes like, he has a CrossFit and a trainer 3 times a week. And,
My God,
my
that's great.
dad back in the gym, you know what I mean? He's like, I got the hip, but I'm still doing leg extensions. Like, so guys, if you want to think about who my dad is, just think Arnold 2 years older. That's the best way to explain it. And yeah, it's just so fun. They're cut from the same cloth. So anyway, good morning if you're joining. It's nice to see everyone. I see some new faces. I see a lot of our original crew. It makes me really happy to see everybody. Um, I have just a few teeny announcements, and then we're going to jump in. Um, if you haven't met me before, I'm Jen Wiederstrom. I'm one of your head coaches here at the Pump. If you haven't had the chance to read the article that I wrote, as April was complimenting me on, please do it. I know we've had a lot of articles this week because we had our check-in, we had Arnold's Q&A yesterday, which, by the way, please take advantage of those. It's not us writing for Arnold. That's Arnold in their writing, and you can actually really tell because his responses are either really short or really long. And so take advantage of it. That's why he's doing that. That was his 49th one. This is not lip service. So please jump in and ask the guy some questions. I always do whenever I can. And then I know mine. So just take advantage of it if you want to know more about me or have questions that come up, not just around form checks or the nutrition tracker, but like, behavior change and stuff like that, that's where I really thrive. And that's where Adam and I really connected. Many of you might not know, like I'd written a book when I was doing The Biggest Loser. And I thank him in my book as my Clark Kent and my Superman, because I had this book deadline and it was tricky because it was during a time, this is probably over 10 years ago now, where everybody wanted like the 3-2-1 diet, the magic pill diet. And my whole book was about adapting a nutrition plan to your personality type. So it's diet right for your personality type. And the idea is like you should be eating based on your rhythm, your personality, your needs, your lifestyle. And Adam was one of the few people that believed in me. And so I had a huge deadline. I couldn't make it. And he like swooped in, saved the day, and helped me figure out how to get it done in time. And so anyway, it's a lot of fun, but that's who I am and that's what I care about. So you'll learn about me there. I should introduce the Swiffer. I thought everyone would like this. Coach, thank you. Thanks, Noah. Thanks for spotlighting. I feel like a showgirl. So Coach Nick coaches with his little terranium. I coach with a Swiffer. I'm a very physical, verbal teacher, which is why Nick and I love these Zooms, because we get to show you things and demonstrate. And so I demo. This is my barbell at home. Don, I saw your comment. He's like, "Where's the hammer?" I was a hammer thrower in college. It is in my garage, but I do have it. I might kick the dust off one day. But yeah. Jen Swifferstrom. Yes, thank you, April. Yes, I do answer to that in public. Okay, a few other announcements. I introduced me in the Swiffer, check. Read the article. For any of you that had submitted form checks, and Nick didn't quite get to it, we're trying to. Nick likes to like get every single thing done, but like a 2.5 hour Zoom calls, it's kind of long. It's like a really long podcast. So he took a break and then he went back and he finished the remaining Zoom checks from last week. I get it. Nick is just so prolific and such a great teacher. Even Adam and I hang in and listen to the way he coaches certain movements, because he has a really great way of articulating very dynamic, big things when it comes to like these strongman lifts and just the regular lifts. So it's so worth listening to. He finished that. It's right at the top of the article that we posted this morning at mine. So those remaining Zoom checks are right there, okay, at the top of my article today. Jacob, I just saw your face. I wrote you in the app. You said that I can skip your deadlift submission because Nick did it? Maybe send me a chat. But I saw your question. I would love to take a moment to celebrate our folks in the 1,000-day club, is what I'm going to call it. For many of you that are newer, the 1,000-day club means these flipping people have been in the pump for 1,000 days. I had to take out a calculator. I go, how long is that? Long. So we're going to do it together. Long, April. Long. 1,000 days in the pump divided by 365. That's over 2.7 years. Okay, that's the way I look at this. So here's what's cool, and here's what I want to point out. These are not people, and Noah, actually, would you mind putting me full screen so everybody can see each other, perhaps? Maybe they just have me. So, yeah. This is not just, I've had the Pump Club app for 1,000 days. That's not what we're talking about. These are the people that have tapped into the app for 1,000 days. And if you are in that 1,000-day club, will you just raise your hand? Because I want to see you and I want everyone else to see you. Yeah, I see Jonathan, April, Andres. Yep. Keep your hands up. What's up? Yep, Kellert, I see you. Ben, Roscoe. So here's what's cool. Put your hands up again. All of these people have made insane progress. Like, you're not the same people. And
no,
like you are, but like, right? Like, you're supercharged. So like, it really works. And we push it in a lot. It's not perfection. You guys are very aware. I ate Cheetos on my camping trip. I think my primary food was Nutter Butters. Like, we want you to live. It's actually the only reason this all works is because you are enjoying life. You are stepping into holidays with joy, without fear. But you keep tapping back into the app. You hear me say that a lot. And it's fun. It's fun to see this. Jeanette, you said 289 days a day. Keep coming. Sandra, thank you for the correction. She goes 1,001 today. Keep tapping in. Guys, it doesn't always have to be a work of art, but if you keep coming in, you'll see it start to change you. It won't have to be work. You won't have to remember to pack, the healthy food. You won't have to white knuckle in the grocery store past the aisles that kind of get you the most. It becomes second nature. It becomes thoughtless. It becomes freedom, and you will and can get there. Bridget 168. I love that. This is a fun game. If you got the chat going, tell me how many days you're in the app. I want a big part of what Arnold has given us is visibility. Let me know what's going great. Let me know where you're struggling. Let us do it together. So put your days in the app, please, please, please. Thank you. Oh, yes. I'm having a great time with this. So keep that going. One last announcement. Women's merch is in production. Okay. Now, I say that with one caveat. Boys, just so you know, we love the men's merch, but it's like all like unisex. And so, girls were like, do we want girl stuff? I am not a designer, but I worked with them. And I am not stylish, but I know basic colors that work. So I went through and I picked some stuff out that I think would be really cool. I worked really closely with the design team. They're on it. And once it launches, we'll make a splash. And I'm hoping it'll be done before Columbus, so we can all show up in our gear. So
Awesome.
anyway, sorry. Ty writes, there better be a Swiffer design. So this is a really good thing we should point out. Technically, this is Arnold's Pump Club, so I did focus on Arnold Schwarzenegger designs. Me and the Swiffer are not going to be on the shirt, but I will consider that for Gen 2. That's really sweet. I'm going to make sure the whole team knows there's a high request for me.
My request is it doesn't fucking matter t-shirt on the girls version. So if somebody's on here and they have never seen that t-shirt, that's an Arnold t-shirt, and we want a girls version of that.
Wait, which one is this? Is anybody desktop?
Yeah, it's beige and it's got a black, outline of Arnold, and it says it doesn't fucking matter. It's my favorite shirt.
Whoa, girl. Okay, I'm taking note because here's what's funny. I skimmed through a lot of that. I only copied, I think, one design from the men's side. I tried to make this a little bit different, but I will look for that and add that to my requests. This is really good to know. And when you say girl shirt, do you want tank top or do you think like a women's tee?
Whatever anybody wants. I prefer tank tops. How about everybody else?
I was going to tank it. Yeah. Right. What are these things for if we're not going to show them off? It's funny. Okay. I'm taking notes and then we're going to get into this. In college, I was a hammer thrower and we would have to do like crazy lifting, like 2 hours, like really heavy loaded stuff. It was a blast, but like really tough. I'm seeing all your, yeah. Great muscle shirts. Okay. And at the end, like you're gassed, like you've done snatch pulls and you've done front squats and you've done deads. I mean, we would lift so heavy for so long. And then we'd have like biceps and triceps and like crazy stuff. And I'm like, what is this actually doing to make me throw farther? And my coach was like, nothing. He's like, I just want you to look good when you win. I was like, I'll keep doing it. So let's look good while we do this stuff. Cece, I'm going to click into this really quick. Oh, great. You know what I'm going to do? Who's talking?
Yeah, me. I would like to have more black t-shirts, if I'm honest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I find I did the flavor. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to share my screen real quick so you can see what April's talking about. I'll make that note because I'm talking to the team later. Black tees, 2 for boys. Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is what it is. So we're thinking, and not to be weird, we like the beige because I didn't pick a beige color for the girls.
No, I was just saying that's the original t-shirt. Girly colors are fine. I just like the message.
I mean, listen, I don't wear a lot of pink. I mean, I honestly, I look at this shirt and I see coffee stains and food stains. Like that's me. So yeah, okay. All right, sweet. So all right, we'll get out of there. Thank you for that. So that's all I've got there. Those are my announcements. So I am going to Rebecca, I've got a lot of black. Okay. So I have got only about 3 questions that came in from the app. So if you've never done one of these with me before, here's what we got going on. We're going to go through the form checks first. We've got about 30 today, which isn't too bad. Lots of great updates. It's really fun to kind of check in on where people have progressed. And if you did not submit a video, you get to see and learn from other people's positioning, which is a really, really cool thing. So we're going to hit the form checks. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to answer the questions that came into the app. So if you're listening to this now, maybe as a recording, just know that like, even if you can't make it in real time, I always grab those questions from the app and I answer them in the call so that you can play this back almost like a podcast and get your questions answered. It can be on the nutrition tracker. It can be on lifting. It can be on motivation. It can be on mindset. It does not matter. Ask the questions and I will answer it. My next comment was here and I just saw a moment. The chat is always running. Okay. So if you guys want to put questions in here or have deviated questions, like say I'm working on something, say, yeah, I see what you're saying, but what about this? This is where I'll catch them all here.
Hey, Jen.
Yes, dear.
Sorry, I'm David.
Yeah, David, I see it. Yeah, okay.
I'm one of the first. This is the first time I've been on here. I have about 10 more minutes, and then I have school students coming on into the class. Is there any way you could possibly take a quick look at my video? I had a brief injury from it, and I think I've been doing my squats the wrong way. If not, I'll catch the recording later.
No. I can do that for you. I'll dig it up. No, I'll dig it up. And then Rage.
I think I submitted it.
Yeah. Rage, I'll look at, you said, I don't know, how does it work to do a check-in? I will do that next. Okay, so let's get this. So as I'm looking up your video.
It should be under David. Yep.
Yeah, great. Thanks, David.
I hope I submitted it right.
No, it's going to be great. Don't worry about it. So this is how it works as I'm getting it logged up, guys. When we put that link in the article for submission videos, you record yourself doing the movement that you would like help on, and then you submit it to the Dropbox. And by doing so, as you can see on my screen, I have a list of form checks here. And so on the Zoom, both Nick and I, whoever's teaching, will go through and look at these form submission videos, right? And then we coach you right in the moment. So David, this looks like you.
Okay.
We're going to click us in. Oh, looks like I was trying to send it to you. Okay. So let's just do this. Fantastic. Okay. And so Rage, this is all it does, right? And so to David's point, like if you can make the call, you can watch it in person. And if you can't, it's no big deal. We'll do it when we do it. And then, sorry, if you can't make the call, then you can listen to it later. Okay, here we go. This is what happens when I try to speed up. Wait, so David, you said you felt like you hurt yourself on this?
Previously, and I think I corrected it, but I'm not sure if my form is good. So I'm using lighter weight than I normally do. It should be a front squat.
Front squat, squat. Yep, I can see it. Which is good that I can tell what it is. That's already an A+. Okay. Okay, how tall are you?
I'm about 5'8".
Okay. So this is what we're going to look at. First of all, beautiful start position, David. I'm loving the elbows. It's weird that you said your shoulder was hurting. I'm wondering if it's
middle of my back.
Mid-back. Oh, sorry. Okay, here's why. We're vertical. We're ready to go. I love that I can hear your breath. You're like, right? But what's the first thing you do? I wonder why your mid-back hurts. Okay? So you've got your hips jetting out. This is almost like an RDL position. You're almost kind of extending this. And then the bridge from your hips to where the weight is loaded is right here. For me, if I'm in the wrong position, I take it down low. You're taking it a little up high. Your body finds a way. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, instead of shooting hips back, which basically what's happening, we're breaking the connection. You do that brace, but when you break your hips off, and I'm going to show you what you're doing. Can you put me full screen, Noah?
Say that again, Jen. Sorry.
Can you put me on full screen, honey? No, it's okay. I know I'm jumping around a little bit right now.
Yep. Gotcha.
All right. So we're here. Front rack looks awesome. And you're going like that. Okay.
Okay.
And so we're breaking down this connection in front. What I'd rather see is a nice brace. I start to drive down. And when I can't go down anymore, then I hinge. Drive up. Okay, again.
I see.
You're here. And part of why you're going there is this. I think your feet are a little close. Your feet are a little bit here. You have nowhere to go but back. You have to go here, right? So if you open those feet up a little bit more, right? And don't do like 6 inches. Don't go big. If you're always here, take an inch out, try one. But what's got to happen is I need your hips to have somewhere to go. If you're too close, there's nowhere I can go from here but back. Cool?
Okay.
So if we just
I was also trying to keep my knees straight.
Yeah, no. Oh, nah, man. Yeah, but by the way, you can keep them straight. I front squat with my toes forward, but I have some place for my hips to go. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still forward. Don't think this here. So
Okay.
if we just open you up, and again, I always think connect my core so we get that brace. A lot of times what happens, people break this line. I keep this connected. I drop, hinge,
Okay.
drive, return. Cool?
Yeah.
So
Thank you
keep those
so
weights
much.
lighter. Yeah, because you've got the strength. You've got the strength. You're doing all the other pieces right. It's just that you're we're twerking that way.
Thank you.
Which, by the way, keep the twerk. No, of course. I'm glad you said something. By the way, I love that. Like, if you guys got stuff to do and you want to try to catch it live, and I can't do 20 of you in 10 minutes, but like, I'm so glad you said something. Okay.
Thank you very much, Jen.
What's the age group of those kids you're teaching?
Middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So 11 through 14.
And what do you teach?
Band. So it's going to be a lot of noise in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm a bass player. I love this. This is cool. Yeah, cool,
love
coach.
It.
Okay. Okay, I've got to find my form check screen. It can't be far.
Thank you,
Here
everybody.
we go. All right, thank you, dude. Maybe I'll just look up another form check so I can't find it. Thanks for being patient, guys. Oh, stop share. That's nice. Okay, and let's redo this again. Okay. Why is it doing that? That's what I want. Okay. Just a fun coaching question here. If I keep the screen like this, is that big enough for you guys to see, or do you like me when I really zoom in? Anyone can shout out an answer.
I can see it.
I can see all right. So I'm on a quite small phone screen as well.
Okay, I'll leave it as long as it's good. Because the maxing out the screen Nick and I have been playing with, I just want to make sure it's big enough for you guys to really see and get feedback on. And if this is good, then I'll stay here. All right, Ben, keep your mic on because here we go. So we're doing concentration curls.
Yes, miss.
Nick loves those rubber gloves, man. He laughs his butt off with you. He's like, "Oh, it must be cold now." Okay.
It is, and I found I actually tore some skin off my hands a few weeks ago.
I believe it.
Not using the gloves with the metal. Anyway.
Yeah, I believe it. So this is really gorgeous. I'm loving both ends. The concentration curls like an Arnold original. I really like the way you're pacing the descent. I want to point out to everybody that as Ben gets to the bottom, he's not just kind of dangling. He really stays connected in the tissue. So right to here, you can see that there's still tension in his arm. He's not totally offloading. I like that because it keeps the bicep from resting. We want to kind of accrue that tension and fatigue. So great job. The other thing is it's really just hard and puts a lot of request on the joint to totally release and squeeze, totally released and squeeze. So I really like this. I mean, go heavier. That's my tip. I don't know. This looks awesome.
Okay, I'll do my best. So that's 15 kilograms. I'm not sure what that is in pounds.
That's
I've
30
been stuck
something.
there for
I
a
always
long
double
time.
it. So
I've been stuck there for ages.
Maybe this is the great thing. I know we've been talking about that. So we already talked about rearranging your meals and stuff. But look at whenever I'm at a place, especially guys with small muscles, you're like, man, how long am I going to be at 30 kilos for? It's like, what's a smaller muscle group? And so going up 2 to 4 kilos or 5 to 8 pounds is like a big deal on a smaller muscle. So this is where I recommend drop sets. So I don't know how many reps you had on this set. How many? Do you remember?
I believe it was 12, 3 sets of 12.
12. Yeah. So what I would do is
15.
I would take the next weight up and I would do as many as I can. I don't care if it's 3. I don't care if it's 4. Hit it. The moment I start to swing and I can't quite get it up all the way, release it, drop the weight, finish the set at 30 kilos. We call these drop sets because it allows you to kind of play with the higher bar or play with the higher dumbbell and start to tap into that category, right? And then finish the set. So you don't start the set at 12 over, you just do the final 8. Does that make sense, Ben?
No, of course, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
Great. Shay, your hand went up. Is it about the drop sets? Take your time. If you tap your phone, Shay, the bottom left corner will have a little microphone in red. And if you tap that, yep,
There
you
we
got
go.
it.
Sorry, it took a second. So, no, my question wasn't about the drop sets, but I'm coming back off of a ruptured bicep surgery. My fault, not anybody else's but mine. But my question was watching Ben do this and coming back slowly after surgery with clearance from surgeons. Should you start that at the bottom or top? Does that matter? As a person, I'm very cautious and scared for these curls again. I don't want to have surgery again. That tension starting at the top or bottom, does that matter, Jen?
We need to know what clearance you have from your physicians. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Starting at a dead hang is probably making you feel very vulnerable. And I understand that. So we have to talk with your PT on like what Shay is saying, guys, is like, does he start down here or start up here? The rep starts at the bottom. The rep starts at the concentric phase, which is coming up, and eccentric is going down. So you're going to have triple the requests of the fibers on an eccentric always. That's why Nick and I always have you slow down, because it really helps recruit more muscle fibers. So then what I would tell you is, I mean, are you through PT?
I'm through PT. I'm cleared to
Great.
lift. I'm just starting
Great.
at 5 pounds only on dumbbells, and I'm doing the bodyweight
Great.
program. Just
Start
slowly
low.
back into it.
Yep. Start at the bottom, but I want you to have a micro bend in that elbow. Create a little tension, if that makes sense. So we're
Yes, ma'am.
kind of recruiting, and then we start to curl up and then slow down. And by the way, don't be like, okay, I'm doing 15 reps. Do 5. Check in. This is just a big audit for you as you kind of wade into deeper water. Your body will tell you. So even if you have a level 1 of pain, Shay, back off. Say,
Yes,
okay, he's not ready yet, but cool. But at least I've got some tension going. That was me when I dislocated my knee. I was like, this is cool. This is not cool. Even like 2 months ago, I tried like a incline sprint. My knee was like, it was like, nope. And then I did it on Monday and it was totally fine. I was like, okay, I waited. So just listen, but I would start at the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, amazing.
Maybe can
Jacob
I-
and Rebecca, with these curl questions, go ahead, Jacob. Yeah, I'm seeing what's happening. Go for it.
in the last video, is it where do you have to look? Where do you have to turn your head when you do them?
Great question. So anatomically, you get to decide. Ben is quite a broad person. He's got big shoulders. And actually that dumbbell, the way it's oriented, like he needs clearance in the other leg. And you can see his eyes are kind of off to the side, which I like, because what he's doing, he's opening, he's creating an opportunity to open this little shoulder junket into the bicep. I have looked down, but if you think looking down, it might close you off. So I kind of love that Ben's open and looking off this way. So there's no, I don't think, right or wrong answer with some of these accessory movements. Bring your eyes to where you have access to that tissue. That kind of makes sense?
Okay, thanks. Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Rebecca, go ahead. You're nodding too. Is that your question? Amazing. Okay.
Okay,
Great.
can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, no, mine was for, I believe, whoever just had their shoulder fixed.
Shoulder. Oh, yeah. Shay's bicep. Go for it.
Yes, I also have had my shoulder fixed. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place. And had bicep tendons. They clipped them so that they would recede down the little shaft and then catch on later. And after about 10 or 12 weeks of recovery, I was feeling really achy. I'll see if I can show you. I was feeling just so achy right at the elbow. And I was complaining to the surgeon. Sorry, I've got that background thing on.
No, it's okay. I understand. I saw what you referred.
And basically he said, before you do anything, if you're feeling that ache, you want to make sure that without weights, that you are going ahead and going all the way out you feel your arm go all the way straight, to allow the tendon to gently, get to where you need. And it sounds like you had muscular reconstruction, but for tendon, if you also had that, you might get that ache all the time. And that's what I started doing, and it has helped a lot. And it's been about 5 years now, 6 years now.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So I think, Rebecca, what you're basically addressing is restoring length and confidence in that end range. Yeah. Tendons and ligaments are tricky because there is stretch on them, but not like there is in our muscle tissue, right? So there is a limit. I always kind of like to, if you guys think about a shoelace, you can do this now while you're sitting and listening, or later on in your day. But if you take two ends of a shoelace and you kind of stretch it, actually, do I have tennis shoes? Hold on. This is better just to show you. It's kind of like this with your tendons and ligaments, and a bit with like your nerves. It's like there is some stretch, but there's a limit. There's an end range. And so that ache was probably your body's desire to restore, and you want blood flow in there. And so, even she makes a good point, like really just kind of going through range to get some blood and warmth in there as you start to kind of like before you load could really help. Because that's it. Your body's just going back. And as she has proven, it will. It will. Your body wants to go all the way. There's a reason why babies can put their feet in their mouth. It's because we were born with this access. And as we get older, we tend to like not be in those positions. That's why there's a lot of theory around like, spend 30 minutes sitting on the floor every day, right? Just to maintain that your body's ability for all this kind of crazy range. So great note. And thank you for offering Shay a little hope there, Rebecca. That was really sweet. Okay, here we go. Ben, we've got seated calf races.
Again.
This is a really great way. Oh, I love those little boosters, Ben. These little squat heel boosters, you should put that in the chat for anybody that wants this.
I can do. If anyone would find that helpful, I'll go find them. Because it's the
I
only
like
way
this.
I
Are
found.
you feeling a stretch on your calf at the bottom?
Yes, that's because I'm using those to make sure that I
Yeah.
feel that. Because before I could just go forever.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing that could be a fun addition, and I know you're like in a prison gym here, even though you're not in prison. I should make that really clear. Ben is not in prison. The dungeon. That's better. I should say dungeon gym. I love calf races shoeless. I want you articulating with a little bit more freedom in your feet and pushing through the balls of your toes. And like see how it limits you a little bit on that range. I think you'd actually be able to take the shoes off, slide those wedges toward you a little bit, and you could even get more range. Also, go slower on the way down. You're up, and then you're like, drop. Trying to eccentric
squeeze.
those calf. Yeah. You will,
Yeah.
if you want to swear at me while you do it, it's fine. I can't hear you in LA, so just go for it.
Never.
But yeah,
I could never.
But that's awesome. I'm pretty happy. And by the way, very creative, guys. Look at how he's loading. I mean, like he's got to deadlift those suckers to get him on his knees, but to make sure the weight's enough, great way to do it.
Yes, well, they're the heaviest I've got. They're 40 kilos each. And
Yeah,
I can't, obviously, I don't have any more. I can't stack that many plates on my lap. So I'm just doing the best with what I can.
I always do this too. I always say, find your Michael Jordan moment, find that pause at the top, hang time, slow down, hang time, slow, that slightly isometric hold at the top. Yeah. It'll make 80s feel like hundreds.
Yeah. The only thing I have with the shoes is I think maybe it's just me being a bit soft because it was about -6 Celsius that day. So
well, now what if you just take them off just for the calf races?
No, but that's uncomfortable and I'm soft. We've established this.
Well, that I understand.
I'll do my best,
also,
Coach. I'll sort it out.
But don't drop them on your toes too. Try. It's just fun. It's just a fun way to like, can I get more range? Because those shoes are kind of locking you in.
I will absolutely do this. Thank you.
Amazing, babe. Yeah. By the way, and congratulations. I saw your squats last week when Nick did it with you. It's really changing. It makes me happy.
I'm trying.
Ever since I saw you at Iron Ticket Day. Yeah. Are you feeling better in that position?
Joe, the help that you've given me, remarkable. So thank you so much. Honestly, everyone
Great.
listen to this woman. She's a diamond.
Are you saying I'm the best? I've helped you the most?
Just to have that,
Look at her
have you
ego. Oh my
someone in person.
God.
Watch
Thank you,
out,
Simon.
Ben. Watch out.
Somebody in person is
Yeah.
far and away better. I'm very privileged to have had that time with you. Thank you.
That's what it is. And honestly, Peggy had the same breakthrough, I think. Same with April when we had that weekend. You're like, when you get to be in the room, and that's why and I've been screaming it from the rooftops with the team, and I feel very heard. We're doing a lot of meetups this year. Find a way to get to one, you guys. Find a way to get to one. Get in person with the coaches. Let us get our eyes on you, our hands on you. You know what I mean? Like, let us work with you on these skills. And we always do deadlifts on the meetups. It's really fun. But like, we're there to talk through other things. And like, I've had other people say, I'm doing a dumbbell row and this feels weird. So just please come, make it your 2026 goal to get to at least one meetup. Okay. Okay, here we go. Jumping into Gabe's dumbbell RDLs. Nice. So Gabe is very mobile. This looks gorgeous. I see a completely flat back. His dumbbells are almost at the ground. We've got the correct kind of flexion in his knees. Here's what I'm going to tell you, Gabe, because I've rediscovered some things in my own RDL. What I'd like to see is a slightly different pelvic/hip position to get you more into your glutes. Because what's happening is we're finding a big stretch here and our back can take it. And we see at the top, yep. Does everybody see there's a slight curve at the top? So to show completion, and I do the same thing, Gabe's got his shoulders up and back. And by the way, technically, this is perfect. You're hitting every step along the way. But what I'd like to see, because I think you're going to get more out of the movement. And Noah, would you pop me on full screen? Oh, you're already ahead of me. Thanks, dude. I think I got to take off my cool jacket. I wanted to look professional today, and now I'm just in a sports bra again. Oh, well. So this is a very, very minor cue, but everyone will benefit. So look at the arch in my back and look at my position. This is what Gabe is doing, and it's not wrong. He's got proud posture, but what's going to happen is he's going down, big sway, and up. Everybody see it? What I want to see is, can you keep your abs connected? I'm not rounded. I'm just asking to take your rib cage and connect it down. And instead of flaring your butt, lengthen your tailbone a little bit. So again, I'm not rounding and tucking. I'm just saying close this window and close this window slightly. See the difference in my body, guys? I'm still flat back. I'm still loaded, but there's a difference from here to here. And now with a little bit more of a closed chain, we go down. I feel it so much more in my glutes. And I got to tell you, I discovered this because I was lifting and I'm like, yeah, whenever I do the RDLs, it's just like, what's with me? I was feeling it so much here. And I had a friend in the gym I was lifting with. She's like, you ever try just and I was like, yeah, brother, this was 2 months ago. This is not like years ago. 2 months ago, I was like, that's a really good idea. So like, just know that like these little micro cues will change, because what's happening is I'm taking it out of here and putting it into my glutes, which is what I want. And you can see I'm still flat back, but I'm loaded here versus hamstrings and back. All right. Fun little stuff. And if any of you have an RDL, try it. Like, it's really fun. Just, can I connect? Can I lengthen? Okay. But Gabe, looks good. And do that with the same weight, please, buddy. And then move on to a heavier weight, but try it a little lighter first. Okay, Dan, front squatting. Okay, hold on 1 second. There's a message on the screen for me. Oh, great. Love the front rack. So here's his concern, and the screen says I go down, and at the very bottom, you see how he just kind of does a little scoot to the left. Usually it means because that left cheek is offloading. So it's kind of like he's going down. These are my butt cheeks. We're going down both tight. And as it gets to the bottom, the left kind of relaxes and it gives an exit for that energy. So I actually think this looks pretty great, Dan. Like I'm looking at your posture. I think your feet are a little bit narrow, like we talked about with Daniel's squat in the beginning. Give yourself a little more space so your hips can drop right there in the middle. But like even at the bottom, his elbows are pretty high. His chin is up. His torso's locked in. This looks great, but you can see you're a little cramped for space here. So Dan, let's open the feet an inch. And when you get down there, really squeeze that left cheek. And honestly, like when I'm teaching lifting classes, I'm always like, at the top, if I'm spotting you, I'll be like, Dan, left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. And I'll even like take my fingers and I'll tap your butt cheek. Sometimes that helps. It gives you like a sensory, like mind and muscle connection that we talk about a lot in here. So Dan, like when you do your set, like rub your left butt cheek a little bit, like tap it a little, like I want to switch you on, buddy. And then go down and think left cheek, left cheek, left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. And I bet your little swivel goes away. All right. All right, Ken.
Yeah, so I'm a total newbie at this move.
Great.
I don't really know what I'm doing here, so.
Oh, no. I think I saw Nick correct this last week, didn't he, guys?
Yeah, I wasn't able to get onto that Zoom call. It wouldn't let me on. It said you had too many members already.
Oh, I understand. We did fix that pretty immediately, but unfortunately, it like made people feel like they couldn't get in. So I'm sorry about that. So he did correct you on that Zoom recording, which you should absolutely jump into.
Okay.
We love what you did. We were psyched. Ken, this is like you're doing this is a very layered movement that you're doing great. So what I love is you're coming from the ground very strong. This is a great position. Your shins are vertical, your bar is close. I would take a little bit more chest. What I mean by that is if you kind of like bring your rib cage up and forward just a little bit more at that bottom position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so maybe it's a little bit more up
It
with the
is
chest.
like a sensation. It's it's like instead of down, you're just pulled through a little bit more. You're going to feel your lats kind of lock in. This is, I would say, 98% perfect. So just a little bit more. I always think when I get down on that loaded position, is my chest facing the wall or is it facing the ground? So just and I don't want you to lower your hips much more, but it's more just like, can I angle that torso up just a little bit?
Okay.
The bar, great pull. Look at this. Standing, your elbows are bending a little early. By the way, everybody bends their elbows early. Don't worry. I've been doing clean and jerks for 25 years, and I still bend my elbows early. So this is okay, but ideally, your hips are getting the bar there versus your arms, because if you want to go heavier, right, you're going to need your hips to finish. So right now, by the time you get to here, your arms should still be long. Does that make sense?
Okay,
I'll explain. So like this is perfect. What should happen is from this point, your hips, the bar should come to your hips and your hips will be loaded for you to explode. This is really a lower body movement. But as you get it up, this is rad. You're stacked. I wouldn't mind seeing your butt a little tighter, Ken. But great load. That little push press, driving up. Easy. So I'll just show you really quickly with the bar.
What?
You were perfect here. And this is what I mean. Your chest was a little down. I just want you to do this a little, right?
Okay.
Here, just that. You were here, and this is where you started to pull.
Right. Okay.
What I want you to do is go here, arms long, arms long. Now, you can see my knees are still bent. This is where I explode and I catch. From the side, right? Here, arms are still long. Because what's happening is this is what's going to move you up. That's all. So it's like it's ultimate patience.
So bring it up just a little further toward the hip before exploding up.
Yeah, you want to load into the pocket here. That's what I call the pocket. This is what does it, because you've got those strong legs waiting to launch the bar, and you can get away with it with the weight like that. That weight that looks like not super challenging for you, but once you start to get loaded, you're not going to get away with that. You're going to be like, why can't I move the bar? You're like, well, because it's 135 pounds, and I'm using my forearms, right?
Yeah. Right.
So it's great though. You have a natural rhythm for that. The hardest part about Olympic lifting is you kind of have to think more, but then if you think too much, you blow it up. So you've got to walk this line of, I know I'm supposed to wait a little longer, and then I just got to let my body do it. Right. But impressive.
And on the part where I bring it up, where I kind of explode it up, am I also using a shrug there?
You mean here? Oh yeah. This is what we call triple extension, right? So you're here, you're loaded, you drive, the legs drive. So you go ankles, knees, hips are straight, and I go into the shrug. This is the moment before I drop under the bar. You guys can't see my feet, but I'm on my tippy toes. Because I'm gonna go, well, bar floats because of that explosion, and I catch.
Okay.
Fun stuff, Ken.
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's why you get strong. You know what I mean? It's the best. Great work.
All right, thanks.
All right. You bet. Andres.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Chest supported. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, good job with that up. Yes. Good adjustment.
You wanted to lower and the feet up. So there you go.
Oh, Andres, you're such a great student. Look at you giving me everything I want. This is great. The only things, if I'm going to pick you apart, by the way, look at the strong body. This is exactly what we're going for. Your butt's tight. Everything's here. You could pick your eyes up and look at that Seahawk sign.
Okay.
That where your eyes go, your body will follow, right?
Okay.
Your eyes are on your heads, guys, and your head is connected to your spinal cord. And so wherever you take that ocular point, your body's going to respond almost like a snake, right? Like it's all going to be this responsive pattern. So if you bring your eyes up a little more, you'll get a little bit more of a curve in that thoracic spine, but that's it. This looks awesome. Great open chest. I mean, feel like you don't need me anymore. This is very exciting.
No.
Okay, we got another one?
Yeah, just a shoulder press.
Great. Okay, so already we should be seated and taking the barbell up the J hook seated. Okay.
All right.
So what I'd rather do, slide your whole setup forward.
Yep.
Move your J hooks down. Anyone that doesn't know what a J hook is, that's these little metal, they really look like L hooks, not J hooks, but they are called J hooks. And you come right under the bar and sit back. So you're already there. So that's just what I want to offer you.
Okay. Yeah. I thought about that.
Yeah. Great song. Great. Oh, nice. Nothing like a strict press. So hard. And when you're seated, it takes all momentum away.
They
I love this. I love this. No, this is good. And you're really stacked on your hips. We talk about the hips knee relationship. You're doing pretty good here. I like this.
Okay.
Oh, I want to watch this set. How many were you supposed to do?
Like 6 to 8. So I did like 7 on that one.
Yeah. What I'd like to see you guys do is I really don't care if you fail the last rep, but go for it. I understand why you're stopped at 7, but push and work.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
And then
You-
they're like,
No.
okay.
Yeah, you should see me with 95. I go like 4 and then 5. Oh God, I need to get it.
Yeah, but
out,
like,
man.
I want you to sit there. I want you to mess with it. Like, you know how many
Okay.
times I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, "Ugh." You
Yeah.
know, even if you don't have a spotter, right? Just go. But I want that work on the tissue. That is the
Okay.
top end feeling. It should be. There was a question that was asked today that this covers. Like, you should be like, I couldn't get another one. That's where we want you to get stronger.
Yeah, I get it. I'll
Okay.
push. Yeah, I keep pushing myself, but yeah, next time I
And
will.
I know it's a little scarier, like with squats and stuff. And like, you're like, cause you know, how do you fail out of squat? Be safe, be confident. But like, it's something like that where if you fail, it just comes down. Who cares?
Yeah.
Same with
Okay,
curls,
cool.
all that stuff. April, you had a question on this?
Yeah, Jen,
Thank you.
a quick discussion with Sandra Brodnicki and a couple of us about making it a little bit more girl friendly on those the front chest.
Well, I have two things to say. Ben, we'll come back to this. What we're talking about is not in the face down rows, girl friendly, meaning we've got breast tissue and it's kind of uncomfortable. So there's two things. Number one, if you are lengthening and kind of arching that thoracic spine, not your lower back, but your thoracic spine, it actually should pull you up enough to give you some room for your boobs. Just enough. Now, because if you're face down, that's an ow. Another thing you can easily do, some gyms have what they call like ab mats, where those black mats that kind of like, that can like sit, and you can kind of rest right here, right? So you put the ab mat down and your body on it, and it will give you that shelf for your boobs to kind of go over. The other thing is like, I'll just take a sweater. This one's a little bit thin, and I kind of just roll it, and I put that under my rib. So where my ribs hit, I'll put it there, and that again gives me that same shelf. So you don't need the mat. It's nice, but that's how you do it, and just have that little bit of arch in your thoracic spine here. By the way, this is your cervical spine, neck to about here, thoracic spine, bottom of your neck to about your mid chest, and then the rest is your lumbar spine. So right here, a lot of times people are like arching like this, and this is like their lumbar, but I need that. So my lower back doesn't move, but my upper back gets long. And that's where I think when I teach you guys, you want length so then you can articulate. Right. So really think getting long, April, right? And then create that arch. And like I said, if you put that little mat or sweater here, it'll give you space so you don't feel, yeah, great. Okay. All right, Ben. Dumbbell bench press.
Yes, in my new uneasy environment, I'm living.
I'm noticing,
by my
but
mom.
I'm like, whose house is this?
All right, so I think I open a little bit too much my shoulders.
Well, it's interesting. The first thing you're talking yourself through setup, which I love. I do the same thing. Right here, you say set the shoulder blades. What, ready? I'm gonna call you out. Here we go. Ready? You say it. They don't move though. You said shut the shoulder blades, but like you don't move. Are you trying to pull them back tighter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm going to say. This is nice work, though. So a lot of people do this, and I think this is what your concern was, Ben. He's saying, are my arms too wide? So you can see his elbow is here, his chest is here, his shoulders there. So this is kind of like turning into a little bit more shoulder than chest. Like when I bench with dumbbells, I'm down here, right? You can clearly see my hands are a bit like you're not far off. If you want to tuck in a half inch on each side and see it, how it feels, I don't think you're as bad as you think. Your wrists seem vertical. What's really great to see is like everyone, you could say the dumbbell is right over that elbow. You want the dumbbell right under that power system. So that looks really good. Are you feeling pain or tension anywhere? Or are you just feeling like
just a little bit of tension in my shoulders.
Yeah.
And
So when you said stretch your shoulder blades, I want you to really get them behind you on the bench. I want to see they should be doing this on the bench. And when I think they're just more like that. So I want you kind of starting with that tension because it's going to put your chest in a better position for load. I think you're just a little bit flat on your back, and that's why you're feeling maybe front of your shoulders a little. And if you go from here to here, right, just gently bring the elbows down, it changes the request on your pec because your pec major ties here, but your pec minor's down here. So if we can get you in that spot, and I don't mind, like you guys watch, Pumping Iron, watch our all-knurled flies and any chest presses. Allow your rib cage to stretch.
I think the bench may be too narrow because I feel that I wasn't sure if my shoulder blades should be on the bench or because I feel my shoulder blades squeezing on each side of the bench when I try to squeeze those shoulder blades.
Yeah. I say this at least once Zoom call. It's so cool to get strong, but then like you need better shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, by the way, you got it done. You didn't overthink it. You got your sets in. Yeah, it looks a little narrow, which probably is why you're compensating a little bit with like your upper body to stabilize. But this is great work. And honestly, just to say it, like, look when he works. Look at, I call it like, it's like a Pilates term. Like he works, look at like that work at the top, that kind of shake in his chest. He's like, it's just what we want. Yep. Great breath. Your butt is tight. He's not moving around. Abs are on.
My phone is about to die. So I may be gone in a few seconds, but I'll look
I'm happy with this, but try those two things, honey. Try those two things. And if the bench feels unstable, do it on the floor. You'll lose a little range of motion, but then just do it on the floor. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Love you, dude. Oh, he's trying to get his other one in. Romanian deadlifts. Yeah. So the irony. Yeah, great speed on the way up. See what we talked about with Gabriel and I. See how he's a straight line. His abs are in. His hips are his tailbone's long, and his abs are connected. This is perfect. This is exactly what I was showing Gabe to do, and what I'm working on too. I love it. And also, nice down tempo, explodes up. Really good, especially if you're working on your other deadlifts, because we want that kind of speed on the bar. Ben, I hope you can see this. Good job. All right, Emmanuel, he's been working on his bodyweight program. He sent in a couple of these. I know we couldn't make the call today. This is better. Much stronger, much stronger. So Emmanuel, when you do this, I just want you to think about that length. Like when I talked about Dan squeezing his butt on the way down, I want you to think about, can I keep my upper body long? So think, can I reach my head up on the way down? That's all. This is way better than you've done in the past. You've got way more control at the bottom. And this posture is looking much, much better. Feet are down. I see the improvement, Emmanuel. Very, very good. Okay, so this is about 3 weeks apart, right? Aha. Yeah. So we've totally shifted the way we're doing these cable crunches. See how this is actually a fun side by side. And this is like one of my little juju Jen moments. Remember when you're training something like this, your arms are not moving the cable, your hips are not moving the cable, but you are squeezing and working your abs so much that as a byproduct of that effort, the cable moves. So look at the left side for a rep, and you can see he's pulling with his arms, his shoulders, and he's bending at the waist. But if you look on the right side, his abs are pulling him down. And energetically, you can see where the power, the energy is coming from his center versus its sides. Can you guys kind of see that? It's really fun stuff. Oh, Ryan, great. Couldn't be happier.
You told me that would feel more, I'd feel it more in my abs, and holy shit, were you right?
I know, right? It's like, wait, what? But it works with everything. But like, it's just, you could just see the work exactly where it's supposed to go. And even if you're like, I can't really see where he's working, but I can see it's different. That's still exciting. I mean, Brian, you can see the difference of like, this is a lot of this, and this is like focused, like concentrated work. So fun. Thank you for the side-by-side. I love that. Sandra, I haven't seen you deadlift in a minute, girl. This will be fun.
Now I've been working with Nick a little bit, but I need to have you look at it too.
I mean, he's the best.
I'm still feeling inconsistent, but.
So 25 years later, I'm still inconsistent. I feel it. Lifting does that. It's a lifelong sport, honey. Don't worry. Oh, lovely lift off. Ironically, you're doing something that I do too. Everything's perfect at the top. But to show completion on the rep, you do what I do. You bring your shoulders back really big. Just keep the abs connected, right? You're vertical enough. You'll see it right here. Hold on, I'm going to pause. By the way, that you're up. Look at how much farther you go with your upper body. See that?
Yeah.
You don't really need it. Keep like, and you can see it in your rib cage. You're here, and then you're just keep the abs connected. Does that cue make sense to you? I know we've worked together in person before. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. We want them sutured in front versus breaking. And I don't know if it was because I did gymnastics forever. I just kept feeling me pulling my shoulders back on my deads. And I was getting a lot of like unnecessary strain. And you're on the line. I'm probably projecting a little bit, but you and I have very similar builds and nuances in our movements. So just keep an eye on that. But listen, you and Nick have done so great together. Oh, look at that dead stop. Yeah. Good bar speed.
Hey, this was heavy for me too.
I mean, and that's what's cool. Like, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it, which means you're in the right position. So well done. Well
awesome.
done.
Thank you. Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, honey. Jonathan, are you here? I know you wrote me a message.
Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to me about the foot position. Are you struggling with some ankle mobility, and that's why you've got your foot up on the plate?
I struggle to get good depth usually on squats. So it was suggested I have raised heels.
Yeah. I think so. I see what's happening here. What I'd rather do, because you can still see your feet are a little bit tentative on that weight, and you've come. By the way, you've come so far in this position. I am loving the strength I'm seeing here. You're like your legs. This load is awesome. I would like to remind everybody. I just said it before. Where your eyes go, your body follows. So I can see you're looking down. If you look even just forward, it'll redirect that elbow position. So just think, like, take a second before each rep. You tend to loop pretty quickly. I want you to just like take a second at the top. Are my eyes up? Are my feet on that, grounded? Drive down and pause in between each step, because like you're cycling a relatively quickly, And I just want to make sure your head is up. What I'd like to do with your feet too, there's two options we can go. If you like this flat weight, I'd rather have you use two green ones. Your feet are trying to accommodate the size of that plate. And I think we need a little more space. Okay. So that's number one. Another option, and I will show you what I can do. It might be a little trickier because you're barefoot. Take two dumbbells and your heels are up. Right there, right? So easy. I mean, it doesn't hurt my feet. I mean, I did gymnastics forever, so maybe I just got like Flintstone feet. But like, instead of, you're fitting on this circle trying to make it work, you can put the two dumbbells where you want them, right? And now I can drop. And this feels a lot better, okay? So I'd like you to try that for me, John.
Yeah.
I think you'll have a little more space to move, and you'll feel that once your feet are in a very stable place again, and since you're wider, that we talked about before with other people, you'll have a place for your hips to go. You're going to really be able to connect the top now with the bottom. But the strength's there. And I'm loving this position. I like how you played with it. You were here. Like, I like you up here better, but cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. I've seen this rack before. And Jonathan, you can see how he's got two 5-pound plates. That's another way to go about it. Like two, so we can be separated based on your exact needs. Okay, Eric, coming far.
I've been playing with the foot placement, so I'm curious to see if you think I'm where I need to be or a little wider.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Feels a lot better. This was the 4th set of 10, so I probably could have videoed earlier, but I'm definitely getting closer to parallel or just below where I want to be, I think.
Yeah, I agree. How is it feeling at this part of the squat? Like we've talked about, like moving the feet. I still think you could go wider. I mean, where your feet, how tall are you?
6'5".
Yeah, I'm 5'6", and I kind of have my feet about this distance. So I think you can go wider. And
Okay.
you've already made adjustments. Here's what I love. The composition of this is just gorgeous, right? We've got good flexion in your heels, even though we're using the plates. There is a little bit of caving I can see on this side. So just make sure our feet are on, right? Really make sure you're putting them on. But like you've got good flexion in your ankles, your knees, your hips. You've got great vertical torso. I would take a little bit more push on those elbows because you're using the safety squat, just a little bit more. But I think part of what's happening is you have to collapse because you're trying to get depth, and with your feet a little narrow, the only way to collapse to go is to do that. But even here, like say your elbows are pointing down, start with them up a little higher. Get that weight up. And I think what's going to happen too is like if you look, like the weight is really high up on your neck. Like if your elbows are pushing upward, it's going to drift the barbell a little lower, and that's going to sit closer to your hip. I think you're just going to like it more. So start with more of an, I'll say like a hand drive at the top. Like I think I push up on the way down. That same idea of length on the way down, but I think we need to play with a little bit more width here. Okay.
Got it. I'll give that a shot, and
yeah.
I'll video earlier next time when I'm not exhausted. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And that's a great point. So you should be practicing the footing you want on the last set on your first workup set. And if anybody hasn't done it, I know you're sick of us probably preaching, but the articles and the suggested articles file is amazing, specifically the first set mindset. It's really great. And it's going to help you prepare for the best kind of lift series. But yeah, play with it when you're kind of got the empty bar. Maybe you put, quarters on and you're play with that footing. But yeah, a little wider. You'll be happy. This is great.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Fun to see how far you're coming. All right, we got a front squat. Great strength. Can everybody see that he's doing what Dan was doing? His first action is ass back so he can collapse down. Watch this, Ian. But now I think part of what's happening is you can see, Ian, how close your feet are. And so the only place that you can go is hips back, knees forward. I am wildly impressed with your strength in your upper back. Look at the elbows. Look at this beautiful posture. His feet are down. Ian, I just want you to open up your feet so your hips have a place to go. Okay. So kind of the same coaching I gave Dan, make sure we widen those feet a little bit. And by the way, look at the depth here. This is actually really remarkable for someone that's really limiting the use of all of their legs and their glute muscles. So I would like you to start, instead of being here, Ian, open those feet a bit wider. And you can even do a slight turnout, not a ton. And when your foot is straight, your knees and your hips are going to be stronger. I like just a minor turnout, and you're going to find that any limiting factors on your front squats are removed with that position. Oh, this is from the side. Great. I'll still take a look at it. No, it's nice. It is a little bit better from this side. Yeah. This does look a little bit wider from the side, which is nice. Which is really good. Okay. So maybe just a little. You're not far off, buddy. I'm really impressed with this front squat. Truly.
Jump forward a little bit, Jen.
Okay. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I feel like you're gonna hit yourself. Okay. I'm obsessed with what you're doing. Guys, Dave is doing something that I try to teach all the time, and it's hard for people to wrap their heads around. These dumbbell skull crushers, a lot of times people are very vertical with their hands, and Dave's got this gorgeous kind of angle happening. You can see, right? And by doing that, he's going to put a greater request on those tries. I'm obsessed with this position. I don't mind this little arch. Just, Dave, make sure your butt's tight. But this looks great. Oh, the other thing he's doing really great, he's not just straightening his elbows. He is kind of going for length. He's reaching length. Do you have a second set here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are drop sets.
Drop sets. That's a drop set. Oh my God. Can I just show everybody a drop set? Thanks, Dave. Okay. So he does some reps. He gets a little tired. He's not having a sip of coffee. He drops them. He immediately picks up a lighter set, and he's off to the races. So he's had some fatigue. Triceps are smaller muscles, and he's picking up right along with the set. A textbook drop set. Could not be happier. Yeah, dude, awesome. I'll tell you, I've never thrown up doing squats. I've never thrown up doing wind sprints. I've thrown up doing triceps and biceps. This stuff, if you do it right, it's like, oh, it's so icky belly when you're growing your arms. But this is awesome. Look at him suffering. He's like,
Yeah, there's one more with 10 pounds after that. So
oh God, we're gonna go the whole way with you.
Just go on.
No, this is great. So he's drop set it again. This is where it's at. If you want strength, and especially if you're someone that's trying to grow, now he's down to 10-pound weight. You're like, 10s? Dave's a strong guy. What's he doing using 10s? And it's like, well, when you've pre-fatigued already, 5s. I have a client that is 6'4", 220, and I'll have him on 5-pound weights with this by the end. He's like, you are the devil. I go, you're welcome, right? Because your body's that stretch. So this is awesome. And honestly, you get to the point, as Dave's feeling here, you'll get to the point where you're like, a single skull crusher will feel like a 1 rep max back squat. You know, you're like, I don't know if it's going anywhere. So great work. And thank you for letting me showcase your drop sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rory. You said tight quads, knee pressure on. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, Rory. So 2 things we're going to do, especially if you're feeling tightness and it's funny, tight quads. And she said knee pressure. Usually your knees are tight because our knees hurt or pressure because of tight quads.
Yes,
so
and I've heard you and Coach Nick say that in the past. So that's how I'm making the connection now, because when I first started with the bar, I was just using the 45 pounds and I was able to get nice and deep. And now that I'm adding, that pressure is getting more intense and my depth is suffering. But I keep thinking, okay, I've got to work on these quads.
I mean, this looks good. By the way, this is gorgeous. I like where your hips and knees are, your feet are down, your eyes are up, your elbows are up. This is amazing. If I'm going to be picky, I'll take you a little bit of a more controlled descent. Like,
okay.
Why not? Because like your limiting factor is this pain, this pressure you feel in your knees. So you don't want to go too heavy in weight. So if we keep the weight here for a minute, as we make this adaptation, but slow down for a greater challenge, that's a way to sidestep this. But the reality is, and I'm not trying to be silly here, but Rory, you talked about how your knees hurt. What's right above your knees, right? And so if these are feeling tight, all this area, the tendons, the ligaments, all these attachment points are going to be like pulling. And so your kneecaps will be like, hey, lady, like, can I have a little space back? Right?
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah. Trust me, I am deeply, I feel deeply attached to your plight because I have lived it. I'm very quad dominant. So this starts to get very bound. And so face down on the roller, like, if these cost like $20 online, any kind of activation like Theragun won't do anything. We need a tissue stimulant like this to release it. And here's what I want you to do. Like, it's not like have one foot up, one foot down. So I want you to roll the inside, the top, the other side. And the best part, which I'm being facetious, and I'll show you like this because it's easier. So do like 10 seconds rolling up and down on a spot. When you find a place where you make a face like, oh, that's kind of an icky spot, I want you to shear, which means you slide side to side.
Okay.
Okay. So you're doing a cross motion like this, a sawing. And then for bonus points, you bend and straighten. Oh, this is for you, Rory. Bend and straighten. Okay. And what that's called flossing. Okay. So what you want to do is roll for 10 seconds. Find the sticky icky. Shear for 10 seconds. Bend and straight for 10.
Okay. So I'll speak to that really quick about the Theragun because that's actually what I've been using. So now 4 months into being in the app, just using the Theragun and not getting any benefit. So yes, I will be Amazoning a roller today.
Listen, the Theraguns are great. I have multiple. I travel whenever going tour with the client. They're great for muscle activation. They're bringing blood flow. It helps with pain relief. There's a lot of value. But when it comes to really helping with that fascial connection, which by the way, fascia is the tissue that envelops your muscles. Okay. And we want your fascia and your muscles sliding and gliding. And what's been happening for Rory in a lot of my life, it gets a little bound and stuck. And so now it's not sliding and gliding. And so now below this tissue that's not moving, her kneecap is sitting there and it's kind of starting to, again, her words are, I feel pressure.
Yep.
Her body's signaling like, something doesn't feel the same here. Right.
And I will say, I did go to a PT. I did make sure there was no injury. I checked off all those boxes first. And
Yeah,
I know that
good.
my ankle mobility is in a good place. So my
Yes.
question then now is, how often do I roll? Do I do it maybe part of my routine prior to the warm up? Do I just do it daily?
I hate asking for the moon. I want right now, do it daily.
Okay.
Like if you can give me, I mean, I watch The Office. It's like, give me 10 minutes of The Office doing this, right? Just whenever you're home, get on the floor, 10 minutes, and just do it for the first week.
Awesome.
Just like, I'm going to try to get like 5 days in a row, right? Just get it. And then before your squat days, it's a non-negotiable for right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like to do it before. Yeah.
I will definitely do it because I like to drop it like it's hot. So I want my squat to be nice. I want the depth. I want the strength there. And I'm proud of my booty. So I want to keep working that strength.
And you know, in the pump warm up, you've got like the push-ups, like just do a round and then do one leg, do a round, do the other leg. Like you don't have to keep doing multiple passes, but I like to hit one spot on the top, one spot on the outside, inside. So you'll be done in 90 seconds per leg, right?
Great.
This doesn't have to be very careful, meticulous work. Just start to log it, you know?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to feel a difference right away. And what's really fun, and this is a Nick quote, a long muscle is a strong muscle. When you bring that elasticity and that ability to get long and contract back into the tissue, you get stronger, you get into deeper positions, and you get pain-free, which is like really cool. And just, Rory thanks for saying that. You're like, hey, I checked for injuries. Like, it's really important that we're making forward progress without any kind of incident or setback. But you guys we train you like athletes in here. So like the fact that there's a little care required to get the best out of you is like kind of a privilege, right? Like most people don't even know what I'm talking about. And you're like, I got it. So it's cool. Okay, let's see. Back to this. All right, Tish, I know you're on the call. Seated dumbbell calf raises. Oh, nice. Great loading system, right? She plates them right on top. Oh, I see.
A little
Look
awkward.
at that stretch. Huh? A little awkward?
It feels a little awkward with the loading.
Yeah, I'm wondering, can that stepper come down a level?
Yeah, I don't know how stable it will be. It's on these like little adjustable feet and it's already pretty flat, but so even if I pull
your
them
knees
off,
kind of look high. See, because here's what I'm worried. Your knees are starting too high. So when you go up, it's almost letting the weight come away from the load. So I'm wondering if we drop that, ready for the solution? Put your butt back here and put your feet on the legs of the bench. That's what I would do.
So my other thought was, well, what if I swap the stepper thing for just a plate? Or would that not be enough?
But like, aren't the feet down here like a plate height?
It would be, it would be like,
try it out. Yeah, I agree. So like try there, hit that Michael Jordan moment. Like I told Ben, think about the eccentric, but yeah, this just seems too high for you because it's letting the weight come toward you. And I feel like you're getting a shoulder bicep workout.
I had a wobbly moment on the first set where I actually like had to dump the dumbbell because I was like, oh my God, it's so heavy to just.
Yeah, because it tipped you. Hey, cool problems I have. And also you can play with your feet width a little bit as well. That would be interesting. But I would try scooting your hips back, trying here. Or if you really like, that feels weird to me, Jen, with my knees more open, put a plate down and try it that way. Or like I showed, I think it was Eric on his squats, use dumbbells. So the way I put my heels on the dumbbells to squat, just put the tops of your feet on the dumbbells and use that to push off of, right? As long as it looks like they are. See how they're hexed? They won't roll on you. Yeah, try that.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Fun, girl. I've been there. All right, Charley. Okay. Charley, awesome strength. You obviously have natural raw ability here. We like to encourage at Pump to have a dead stop in between deadlifts. So instead of just up and then tapping and going again, try to have a dead stop. Like Sandra had a great example of doing that, where she stopped in between each rep. Also, when you're especially starting from the bottom, your hips should be at the height that you are ready for load. And so you can see how your hips are a bit lower. Then the bar comes up about 4 inches. So Charley, instead of starting down here, have your hips start up here. And that should be your start position. And then we'll start to load. And you can see, Charley, even when you tap and go, look at how you fix it from the top, right? Look at how much higher your hips are. Your body always fixes the bar path and the kind of hip position. So just make sure that when you're dead stopping, your hips are starting higher, because that's the point of load that we want to engage at. Your feet are locked in. There's a lot of good strength here. So let's take out the tap and go, start with your hips higher, and that will be our first step for this review. I don't know how I got the yellow streaks on the screen. I did it again. All right. We've got a clean and press for Charley again. Now, Charley's a taller guy. He's still finding a great position. Ken, similar, see how he's kind of bringing his chest through. That's what we want. So this is like what we're going to be aiming for. These plates are kind of small, and he's still getting down there. So I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Yep. Nice. Good ground transfer. So this is a bit more segmented, but this is a nice start. Yep. So Charley, what I want you to work on is that bar to front rack, making that try not to stop in the way, because otherwise that's a deadlift. It's a hang clean. Trying to make it one fluid movement, and that's what we're going to work on for this next week. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, guys, always know with these clean and presses, we want to have floor to front rack is one fluid movement. That's what we're going to work towards. Oh, Jeanette. Yep. I reviewed this. Okay. Is this your first barbell deadlift? I think so. I've never seen you do it. Yeah, right?
I've done it on myself, but never for you guys. I've only done it a couple times.
Thank you for sending. I'm pretty thrilled. Okay, let's see setup.
I thought I'd do that instead of the dumbbell one.
Makes me happy. Okay.
And guess what? I'm doing 135 today. This is 115.
So here's what I want, Jeanette. When you approach today's deadlifts, let's look at a few things. Your arms are pretty wide for a deadlift. I ideally would like to see your hands right alongside your body, and you're a little bit wide, okay? So let's make sure we're picking up the bar so your hands are here and here. So if this is 115, my concern is, are you touching the ground or no?
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah. So just like I kind of recommend with Charley, what I'd like you to do is have that dead stop in between each lift. This is looking a little bit more like an RDL than a deadlift. And so on your work,
twice, so.
Yeah, no, I know. This is you. Listen, I'm thrilled. I'm glad you submitted. But what I'd rather have you do is, instead of saying I'm doing 135 today, let's get 115 right today. Okay. So I want you, and what's cool too, Jeanette, the moment you bring your hands in, the bar will get closer to the ground. So you're going to buy a couple inches back on that position alone. So I know you picked up the bar and stepped back so I could see you for the video, but I want you to start the bar on the ground, hands directly next to your body. Like I mean, I feel the side of my leg. Like when I grab the bar, my elbows are near my knees. So make sure they're kind of like touching and drive from that position. Hit the one, return, have that dead stop and hit a second one. So what I'd like you to do is work on that.
Do you touch all the way to the ground or?
Yes, deadlifts need to touch the ground every single time. That's how you know you've hit the full rep. Deadlifts are circles, right? It's not one side like a bench press. It's like down. I guess bench press is down and up. I'm talking wrong now, but you know what I mean? Like, so I care about the up and the way down. So make sure you're tapping in between. But don't go above this weight, but do it right. And then submit for Nick next week for sure. Okay, honey?
All right.
Proud of you. This is cool. This is good. You had great focus and great bar speed.
Well, I figured that since I got to 100 on the regular barbell stack, it's time to switch to these.
I agree. Again, that's the problem with being strong. You got to, I mean, I've never seen you in a gym before like this. Like, you've always been at home.
Well, I haven't really I always had I was at the gym, but I always had a hard time recording. And even with this, there's not a lot of space to like put my phone. So
you did great. No regrets. This is awesome. Thanks, girl. Proud of you. Okay. All right, CC, we're doing back squats.
Yeah, we're doing it again, trying to keep the core together.
I like thank you for making the change. Can you feel a difference in your core?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy with this. Yeah, this is something I know. God, I wish we were doing squats in class. Because I want to make February squats because I can teach you in class. You're still folding a little bit, and I want your knees a little. And so I actually don't think it's a foot position. I think it's we got to turn your cheeks on and open your groin. So remember that idea of at the top of the squat, reach your groin, like give yourself a little more space on the inside so your cheeks can squeeze and take the knees out. Because you're kind of squatting into a tight position.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay. You can tell me no, because I know I'm giving you kind of high level stuff here, but like, I just need your knees I need your inner thighs to give us a little more space so your butt can turn on so you can drop deeper, because you're just getting stopped at your hips.
Yeah, and I think that you've helped me with that before, like turning on my inner thighs and turning on those knees and pushing them out a little bit and feeling that push, which then activates the butt.
But energetically, it's not pushing knees out. I want you to reach your inner thighs and squeeze your cheeks, because the squeezing will create the rotation in the hip.
All right.
So I think reach and squeeze versus push.
Reach and squeeze.
You got it. Oh, pin squat. So fun. So guys, a pin squat is basically squatting at a specific point in the squat. And Sandra's got to find her way out of the pocket here.
Not pretty.
Oh.
I think April said a couple of times ago, they suck. And yeah, they suck.
They're weird. They suck because they're weird. But like, it's going to help you get really good at that middle drive, that sticky spot of your squat. So I would love your eyes up. They start up and then you look down, which I think is why you tripped on the first one. I also, I think everything else is correct. I can't see the width of your feet, but just, you really want to, the first one's always awkward because of balance, but you reoriented beautifully. And I honestly think you should go heavier. Like, this should be like, you know what I mean? But yeah. I there's not a lot I would change here. Your posture, your spine stayed straight. You loaded. This is perfect. Your abs are on. And you're driving from a dead spot. You're doing great.
It was funny because I was at a higher level and it was too high. Then I went down to, and then that was, I just couldn't even do anything, you know? And then so I went to the middle. I had a true Goldilocks moment, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, you have to. It's a really great way to do it. I call it the Goldilocks moment because it's like you got to kind of find out what's working for you, what's too hot, what's too cold, what's just right. So it's a little annoying when you're kind of figuring out like, wait, where do I put it? But now once you know, take note of where the pin squat is for you, and that's where you live. Because then you're not gonna. It's too much to play with it every time you show up. Great, I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, babe. All right, Ty. Oh, gorgeous. Depth's looking pretty good. Feet are locked in. Good breath. I just want your eyes off the ground, Ty. I know I'm saying that a lot today, guys, but your eye direction will help. I love this. I feel like you've been getting back into shape, if I remember correctly. So this looks like a really nice steady load. I don't really have any notes. I feel like you submitted 3 or 4 videos, so I'm going to keep moving. Deadlift. Oh, isn't it just so annoying when you look at someone, you're like, God, they were born to deadlift. Gosh, that's easy for Ty. Ty, this is just so pretty. It's just so pretty. You just stepped up. And I mentioned it with Charley, if you're listening to this. Charley, notice how his hips are exactly where he wants them when he starts the pull. There's no variability. He walks up to the bar, takes his breath, sets his hands and hips, and he drives from that start position. This is what we all should aim for. Like that dead stop, we drive. Yep. And even he's keeping his abs connected without flaring in back. Yeah, you're born for this, Ty. I hope you go for a PR at a meetup this year. This is really beautiful. Nice consistency. And that's another thing I look for when you go through sets. Is there a breakdown of form and position? Now he protects it all. Really nice job. Ty, good job, dude. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, now you're just showing off. Okay, one more Ty video. Here we go. We're doing an incline bench. We saw this a few weeks ago. Yep. Nice and sturdy on the bench. Like how his whole body's into it. That's what we want with bench press, guys. Good bar path. It's going just below his chest line to just gently over his eyes. This might be more of a Coach Nick question. Your hands seem a little narrow to me, but maybe ask Nick. He gets into those specifics with this kind of load. With incline bench, it's a little tricky because you're hitting the upper pec. So it's like I would take it slightly wider, but as long as you're feeling it where you want it, I'm pretty happy with all of this. You're doing great, man. All right, we did David's video already. Ah, my girl, here we go. So these are chair squats with the 30-pound weight vest. Yep. With a cat, bonus points. Uh-huh. Beautiful. My dear, are you still on the call? I know you were here earlier. If not, I have a cue. There's not a lot I would change about this, but I want you to look at how her legs, they bend and they straighten. They bend and they straighten. We're at the very end, so I'm going to give a little more detail on this one. This is a nuance I like to give people that are ready for it, and I know you are. So I want you to look at squatting, when you're body weight squatting, but all squatting. It's not just I'm bending and straightening. Look at my knees. I'm not just bending and straightening. I want you to think about as you stand, you're going to kind of wrap your quads in and up into your glutes like a barbershop sign. Okay. Nick references this in a way where he talks about really screwing your heels in. He talks about getting your feet down and screwing your heels in. Another way to go about that is think about this wrapping of your quads inside to outside, front to back. So instead of, and look closely, this is a straighten and bend. See how I'm just going like that. Now I'm going to wrap. Okay. Wrapping. It gives me height, connects me here. Bend. Wrap. Can you guys see the difference? It is so.
Can you show me from the side one more time? Because I'm not sure I fully understand.
I know. I am giving you shit that's hard to learn on a computer, but I'm like, you will love this, especially because of your physical therapy interests. So instead of just bending and straightening, which is what's happening, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, I want you to bend and wrap. So what's happening is I'm squeezing, I'm wrapping my legs around to the side. My feet are not moving. So I'm creating a rotational squeeze versus a straightening.
Okay. I'll probably, these are recorded videos. I'll probably rewatch that a few times later.
Yeah. So it's such a nuance. Just think about, say, can I keep my feet still and squeeze, like wrap? It's this wrapping sensation. So play with it. That's what I want you to do, because your squat's perfect. Your position looks great. The load looks good on you. Your muscle tissue looks really healthy. If we can create that wrapping, and you'll feel it give you length, you'll feel access to more tissue. It's a very like gyrotonic Pilates nuance, but I think you're going to nerd out with it. That's why I'm giving it to you. Okay. And have fun with it. And honestly, if you have questions, I think we already have a conversation going on Instagram. Send me a message. You're like, I don't get it. Right? Like, we'll figure it out together. But it's like so fun. And you can start, you could do that because you're at home, but the squats and lunges, you'll really be able to feel that leg ignite. Okay, last 3 videos. Oh, here we go. Oh, ITYs. Yikes. Brutal. Okay. Good call with the wristbands. The main thing I'm seeing is your start position, hon. So you're actually getting pretty good range, and I'll use my 5s, but I'd rather have you start in the loaded athletic position, feet, hip width, so it looks more like this, and you're kind of like straight and lifting, and I want you to load and lift, okay? So
coming down in the thighs a little bit where I'm a slightly.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty strong. I use 2.5s or 5s. It's just not possible for me to do more because I'm not after these big muscles. I'm after the small ones back there. And for you, I think that makes sense that you're kind of stiffening up here to get the weights going. Forget it.
The angle's
drop
pretty
it.
bad on the video too. It's like a diagonal, but I do need to drop.
Tough.
You're saying.
Yeah, just drop it. Sometimes I do body weight arms. This is because again, it's like what Ryan Tom's abs. I'm not trying to move the weights. I'm trying to get these muscles to initiate movement in order for the weights to move. So this is the letter I, which is to me the toughest. Y, T, right? And your tempo, everything else looked good, but I'd rather have you loaded and lighter to get the right muscles working. That's all.
Because I thought it was more of like a half good morning bent over. So I need to drop my thighs almost slightly squatted a little more. And then I saw your back had like a flat diagonal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 100%. You're reading all of it right, honey. Because
Awesome.
we want to make sure we're doing this work from the right position. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right, Stephen. Oh, this is good. It's an elevated lunge on that front leg. Yeah, these deficit lunges, just tons of fun. I love it. Great consistency. Good range of motion. I like that slight tilt forward in his upper body, so he's loading that front right leg. Let's see the other side. I also want to point out he's not touching his knee. That's fine. I kind of like not touching. I like making myself kind of not like unload by tapping the knee, but keep the tension alive. His feet are locked in, shoulders back. I really don't have any notes. The only thing, I can't see you from the front or side. Your feet do look a little narrow, Stephen. So maybe like open them up like a couple, 3 inches, 2-3 inches. And then when you step back, you're going to be hip width apart. This looks slightly narrow, but go heavier. That's my notes. That's awesome work. Jacob, are you still here? Is this the video you already submitted that you don't need me to do?
He said he was just leaving.
Yeah, he's just had to go judo practice.
Yeah.
Okay. He said there's a deadlift video that he already did. So I will not do this because he said he already did it. Okay. Haha. Off the hook. Those are all the form checks. It always takes a little while, but I'm also probably a little over animated, but I hope the visuals really help you guys when it comes to like really understanding these positions, and probably I'll gain something from someone else. I only have 3 questions from the app. I'll finish it in just a few minutes and then we'll get out of here. Okay. Question number 1. Carly, Mike, there's a lot of conversations around hormones, hormone treatments, particularly for women. Is this hype? Should everyone get their hormones checked? Are hormones the new health marker standards? I'm just curious and unsure. So when it comes to male and female hormone performance, men are pretty predictable. You guys are identical. And for your whole lives, I see a lot of you smiling and nodding. And the only thing that changes is there's just a gentle decline in testosterone over time. So there's no really severe shifts or kind of moments in your life like women have. Women actually have the same exact relationship with testosterone. We start at our normal levels and it just slowly declines over time, except the difference is what testosterone does for men is not what it does for women. So our estrogen or our E2 is our strength building, our muscle building hormone. The question is, do I need to get it checked? I'm 43 and I probably just had mine checked a year ago. Okay. At 42, I think women should be looking at hormones in relation to themselves. Like I should be like, Tish, what do your hormones say? Oh, that's different than mine. It must mean I'm blank. Her body and my body are doing different things. And so like, for instance, I have extremely low testosterone, like very low. My doctor's like, do you feel okay? I go, yeah. Okay. Like, it doesn't matter. Right. So like, it doesn't matter. So I had mine checked and it's good to know your number. So I think, Carly, is there a lot of buzz and hype? Yeah. I think there's a lot of people always trying to sell you something. I would like you to go based on how you feel. We had some really great legislation passed around, let's say, I'll use Tish again. Let's say my estrogen is much lower than Tish's. Okay. But I feel great. I'm recovering well. I've got good muscle tissue. My strength feels good. My brain feels good. Just because my numbers are lower than Tish doesn't mean I need to do anything. And vice versa. And I'm making this up. This is not Trisha's story. But let's say Tish's numbers, like her estrogen's higher, let's say all of her hormones are higher than mine, but she's feeling like spacey and foggy and groggy, and she's not recovering from workouts, and she's not sleeping well. And, let's say she's gaining a ton of belly fat. Just because her hormones are different than mine and higher than mine doesn't mean she might not need hormone support. So we're passing a lot of great support on for women, saying we're going a lot, instead of just based on numbers, we're based on what our symptoms are. And we're getting support through symptoms. So what I would say is, if you have any kind of symptoms, Carly, or you're interested in knowing where your hormones are at, go get a blood panel. See what you feel like today and how that represents. And in a year or 2 or 3 or 5, you're like, I'm starting to feel a little different. Great. Let's take another blood panel and compare what it was January of 26 to January of 29 and say, oh, well, that makes sense if you're feeling this way because these numbers are down. So I think it's great information, right? And I always joke, the only person you should listen to over doctors and coaches is you. Your body will tell you. So if you're feeling symptomatic, like tired and not quite yourself, which is the first symptom for like perimenopausal change, go find out where your numbers are and just get information. Okay. There's a lot of easy care plans. So there you go. Anton. Oh, this is a great question. I have a question about breathing. Do you see it as important to breathe most of the training through the nose, or does it really make a difference in your opinion, whether you're breathing through your nose or your mouth? So nose breathing is valuable. I'll try to nose breathe during my warm-ups. I have my clients do it in a way to create higher oxygen intake and just to help build body temperature to get warm, mostly because as we aspirate through our mouths, we lose heat. So, and the nose breathing, why it's so special is if you think, and it starts from a very primal age. What do we do when we're babies and we're drinking milk or breastfeeding, right? We only can breathe through our nose as we're feeding. All tiny, tiny animals, mammals do this. And so the way to inject a high amount of oxygen is actually through your nose. It's the highest way. And there's a lot of scientific words and stuff that go with this. I'm not going to bore you. So if you are in a hard workout, if you are warming up and trying to get going and you want to nose breathe, awesome. Does it really fucking matter? No. I'm just glad you guys are breathing. So keep that in mind that there is value for it. I nose breathe to reset my system. I nose breathe if I'm stretching and my body's in kind of resistance and I'm feeling like stretching, tension, and pain. Nose breathing is that primal infant state of safety, and I get oxygen in and I reset. So there's a really great program called I think it's called Original Strength. It's really exciting science around what nose breathing can do for healing injury, for stress relief, but mostly just like getting oxygen in your body. It's really great. There's a really kind of funny idea around like breathing in churches. Everyone's like, why does everybody feel so good when they leave church? And it's like, it's community and it's worship. And I know it's all of those things, but also there's so much singing and hymns. It's like an hour of deep breathing, right? Breathing through singing. And so getting oxygen into your body is a really, really great opportunity to like upgrade how you're feeling, how you're taking care of your brain, your body, all of that. So it doesn't matter, but I love playing with it. So try it on your warm-ups. Try it when you're stretching, try it before bed, but no, Anton, it's not required or better than the other. Oh, Mindy asked this question. Final question, guys. I have switched to the my question is, okay, if a workout leaves you feeling wrecked, does that mean it's more effective for strength and hypertrophy, or how hard, or is how hard it feels not a reliable indicator? Wrecked is an interesting term. I want you guys to feel worked for sure. Wrecked usually tells me a couple things. You're pushing at your limits, which is what we're asking for in here. And wrecked meaning, man, I am pooped. I am exhausted. That was awesome. We like that wrecked. Wrecked, like, I don't feel right. I'm kind of out of it. I got to go to work after this. Oh my God. I got to get my kid after this. Oh my God. That tells me it might be like a fuel issue or like a recovery issue. And just make sure, we mentioned it a few weeks ago with Ben, it's like, if you're feeling wrecked, just take a little audit. Like, did I have food before I trained? I love doing a little lean protein and like a easy carb, like a fruit or something, like an hour before a workout or 30 minutes before a workout. So play with that. But yeah, like if you're not feeling worked after a workout, like we're not going to get the strength gains that we're after. And that's what we want. But like I always leave the gym feeling great. I feel worked and tired, but like wrecked. So this is kind of like, this is a little bit of semantics on like what wrecked means for you, Mindy. So if wrecked means I feel worked and like really push myself, keep going. If you feel like defeated and a little bit broken, let's look at your fuel source earlier, like pre-workout. And that can just even, like Adam mentioned it in our last call last week, that can even be breakfast. Front load, a lot of women backload their calories, front load your day with better calories, and you'll see yourself performing better in the gym. And you will get more work out of yourself and you won't feel, I think, that wrecked feeling that you might be feeling. But if you are trying to get stronger and further, if you're trying to grow muscle, yeah, you should be leaving feeling like, I don't know if I can wash my hair later, which is a great thing. And sorry if you don't have hair, but you know what I mean. I saw you smile, Andres. I know it wasn't meant for you, buddy, but you get it.
Hey, what can I tell you?
I know. Listen, you're charming and you've got killer flat bench rows. So like there's a lot
It
going
looks
for
good
you.
on you, brother.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know it does.
Okay. I'm gonna just mention this in the chat here. Okay, Brian, thank you. There's a great article that Adam wrote on fatigue in recovery. Thank you. So look in those articles and dig through. Like I'm still getting through them. I'm being very honest. I'm trying to read one a week and I'm still behind, you know. So use that. Okay. I think that's everything I had. 2 hours worth it. You guys are amazing. Great seeing you. Great meeting you. Thanks for everybody coming. And I will let's see, I'm working out the Zoom time for next week. And I'll see you in the app. Make sure you're showing up and keeping the momentum going. Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you
And
for
make
your
sure,
time, Jen.
if you find a newcomer, maybe like invite them to one of the groups. That could be really cool. Sometimes people are like nervous, like, what am I allowed to do? I think that's on us as the 1,000 clubbers and, you know, anybody that's been here over 100 days to invite some people to where you are. I think it feels good. I see your appreciation. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you all soon.
Bye, Jen. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.